Hi, this is Murray from Second Time Tech, and today I am going to be talking about my computer and about the parts that I put in it and about what the differences in the cost were over the last 3.5 months to now. First, I want to talk a little bit about some overclocking that I did on it, and I'm just trying to do like a little bit at a time, and I ended up getting the overclock stable at 1.4 volts at 3.95 gigahertz. So that's like a little bit faster, but not too bad or too much. And the other thing is I did play around with the memory a little bit, and I got it to CL13, and that was at 3200 megahertz, and it's 13, 14, 14, 39 right now. So I think I'm just going to play around with it a little bit at a time instead of having a like a whole video on like what I was trying to do and get the best that I can, like over some period of time and waiting to do it. So I think I'll just do it over time and see, and just do it like a little bit at a time, and we'll see how high that I can get it and how fast it can run. And the best way to tell that is, of course, with the Cinebench 15 score. And on the last one I had, it was 1746. That was the last time that I did it. And now I have it up to 1769. So it went up by 23 points. So that's not bad. I'm going to try and hit 1800. I don't know if I'll do it, but I'm going to try. See, I don't want to go over that 1.4 volts on the CPU voltage, and I don't want to go over 1.5 volts on the memory. So I'm just going to try to get the best that I can in there so that it doesn't hurt the chip. Those are supposed to be the safe voltages, so I think that's what I'm going to just stay at, just so that I don't ruin anything and I get a good long time out of it. I did get a little bit more RGB in it. I put another light strip down at the bottom of my computer, and of course it's coming up on this end, so I have to take it apart again and stick it back down. But other than that, I got a little bit more light in there, and starting to look a little nicer. The next thing that I want to talk about was the parts that I have inside the computer. And the parts that I have are the Ryzen 7 1700, the Asus Hero 6 X370 Crosshair 6 motherboard, and the memory I have is Corsair Vengeance LPX 3600 megahertz, and it's 18, 19, 19, 39 is the timings on it at 3600 megahertz. And then the GPU that I have, or the graphics card that I have, is a MSI RX 580 4GB, and it's the Armor overclocked version. Power supply is a SeaSonic M2 520 watt. The case is the Rosewill Cullinan. The hard disk drive I have is the Toshiba 3TB P300. The NVMe drive that I have is the Kingston KC1000, 480 gigabyte. The SSD that I have in there is a RecaData, and it's a 256 gigabyte. Now, this one, not a lot of people have. I know you've probably seen them around, but if what they're saying is right on their website, they're actually made very, very well. They have MLC inside of it, and not TLC. I know SLC is the best, but MLC is really good too. TLC, well, it doesn't last as long as the MLC, and MLC doesn't last as long as the SLC. So this one's an MLC as opposed to a TLC, which means that it'll last a bit longer. Then the AIO is the DeepCool Captain 240EX, the white version. And my keyboard and mouse is an RII model, and it's a cordless keyboard and mouse. It wasn't expensive. It's just I think $16.99 for it, so it's not a high-end one or anything like that. I do plan on getting something a little better. And of course I got Windows Pro, Windows 10 Pro on it. So that's pretty much what's in there. Now, the cost on it over time was, I did a difference in cost of what I paid for it and what it costs now. And what I paid for it and what it costs now to buy, the difference is $393.07 more to buy it right now. And that's because of the sales that I got and because of the price of memory. And the graphics card too, of course. It even though they're going down, it was still more than what I paid for it whenever I bought it, because that was a rollover from another system that I had. And in Canada, in tax, there's 15% tax on everything. It's called the HST. And so including tax, it's $452.03 more. Those are Amazon prices, and that's where I bought just about all of it. The only thing that I bought at Newegg was the SeaSonic power supply, and that's because it was quite a bit less expensive at the time. So I ended up with that one. And then I went on to the US site, and I added up all the pricing for it, and in order to make my system, it's $1,575.49 right now if you did exactly what I did, which I wouldn't do exactly what I did because I pieced it together, and you can do better now with other products than what I did whenever I did mine. So I mean, if you can save $400 off the price of that in the States, then I mean, you'd only be talking about less than $1,200 to build the same system that I have. And it's probably possible if you just get like the equivalent, but it being on sale, as opposed to like the exact manufacturer's products that I got. So like, instead of getting a SeaSonic power supply, you end up with the EVGA power supply, same or maybe even a little bit better specs. You might be getting AIO that's less expensive, that does just as well as this one, or maybe even better for less money. The case, you could buy a different case that was less expensive than that one, but still gives you what you want. So I mean, there's many ways of changing it and still getting something that's really good. I'm very pleased with what I got. Like I said, over the time that I ordered them and I waited for sales, and I got them, most of the stuff at a good price. The only thing that I found that went down was the CPU, the R7-1700. When I got it, it was $339.99, and now it's $329.99. So it went down $10. Other than that, I don't see anything less expensive than what I paid for it. Everything is a few dollars more, or even $100 more. That's the graphics card. It was $110 more than what I paid for it, for mine. But like I say, you can get some really good stuff right now. And in Canada, you could still pay what I paid by just getting different manufacturer's parts. And in the States, same idea. Just use like what's on sale and something equivalent, and you can have yourself a really nice system in the States for less than $1,200, and in Canada for about $1,800, probably around $1,800. It's quite the difference in the price, but our dollar is way less than what when the American one is. I think it's 35 cents on the dollar right now, but not quite positive. Don't take that for gospel, because I haven't looked it up in a while. I just know that PayPal charged me 35 cents on the dollar a couple of days ago on it, so I know it's around there, but they probably added a couple of percent extra for themselves. So maybe it's only about 32 or 33. Anyway, that's pretty much what I had for today. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. And if you like the content, please hit the subscribe button. I do want to wish everybody a wonderful day. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Bye.